Ronaldinho looked almost impossible to injure. He was fast, flexible, unpredictable and seemed capable of escaping challenges that would send other players flying. But behind the smile, the tricks and the unforgettable goals was a career repeatedly affected by physical problems. And one question remains: could Ronaldinho have stayed at the very top for much longer if injuries had not interfered with his career? At his peak, Ronaldinho was more than just one of the best players in the world. He was football's main attraction. Every time he received the ball, defenders had no idea what was coming next. A pass, a dribble, a no-look assist, a free kick or something nobody had seen before. Between 2004 and 2006, Ronaldinho reached a level few players in football history have ever achieved. He won the FIFA World Player of the Year twice, lifted the Ballon d'Or and led Barcelona back to the top of European football. Then things began to change. Injuries started becoming part of the story. Football is unforgiving when a player's game depends on movement, balance and explosive acceleration. Ronaldinho's style required his entire body to work perfectly. His famous changes of direction, sudden bursts of speed and ability to control the ball in impossible positions placed enormous demands on his muscles and joints. As physical problems began appearing more frequently, Ronaldinho was forced to deal with something he had rarely faced during his rise: limitations. The player who once seemed capable of playing through anything was no longer always moving with the same freedom. During his later years at Barcelona, his performances began to decline. Critics immediately had an explanation. They pointed at his lifestyle. They questioned his discipline. They blamed parties, weight and a lack of training. But injuries were also part of the picture. Ronaldinho suffered muscular problems and other physical setbacks during crucial periods of his career. Time away from the pitch affected his rhythm. And for a player whose game depended on instinct and confidence, losing rhythm could be devastating. Football fans often think of injuries as simple moments. A player gets hurt, misses several matches and returns exactly the same. That is rarely how it works. Every injury can change something. A player may lose confidence in one movement. A small loss of speed can make a difference at the highest level. Recovery can interrupt fitness. Returning too early can create another problem. And as the body gets older, recovery becomes more difficult. For Ronaldinho, the timing was especially important. He was entering the stage of his career when the world's greatest players normally adapt. Speed begins to decline, but intelligence and experience become more valuable. Yet physical problems could make that transition even harder. By 2008, Barcelona had decided to move on. Ronaldinho joined AC Milan. Many believed he would rediscover the player who had conquered Spain and Europe. Milan gave him another chance to prove that the magician was still alive. There were flashes of brilliance. Ronaldinho still had the touch. He still had the vision. He could still deliver passes other players could not see. He could still score spectacular goals and produce moments that reminded the world why he had become a legend. But the Ronaldinho who once dominated every match was becoming harder to find. Was that only because of injuries? No, it would be too simple to blame his entire decline on physical problems. Ronaldinho himself has faced criticism throughout his career over his lifestyle and preparation. Football at the highest level was changing too. Players were becoming faster, stronger and more physically demanding than ever before. But injuries may have made every other problem worse. Imagine Ronaldinho remaining completely fit through his late 20s. Imagine him having uninterrupted seasons, full training periods and the physical freedom to play his natural game. Could he have extended his Barcelona peak? Could he have won another Champions League? Could his rivalry with the rising Lionel Messi have lasted longer? Nobody can know. But there is one thing injuries definitely took from Ronaldinho: time. Time is the most valuable thing in a football career. A missed month may not sound important, but football history moves quickly. A player loses rhythm. Another player takes his position. A younger star arrives. A team changes. By the time the injured player returns, the entire situation may be different. Ronaldinho experienced football at its fastest possible speed. He rose quickly, conquered the world and then saw the game move forward without him. Yet his story did not end when Barcelona ended. He returned to Brazil. He played for Flamengo. Then came one of the greatest surprises of his career: Atletico Mineiro. Many people believed Ronaldinho's best days were long gone. But in 2013, he helped lead Atletico Mineiro to the Copa Libertadores, proving that even without the speed of his Barcelona years, his football intelligence and creativity could still transform a team. That achievement changed the story. Ronaldinho was no longer the unstoppable young genius who could destroy defenders with acceleration. He had become something different, an experienced creator who understood the game in a deeper way. And perhaps that is why the injury question is so fascinating. Ronaldinho was so naturally gifted that even after his physical peak declined, he could still produce magic. So what would have happened if his body had remained completely healthy? Would we have seen another 3 or 4 years of the world's most entertaining footballer at his absolute best? Would Ronaldinho have added more Ballon d'Or trophies? Would Barcelona have kept him longer? Would his career have been remembered as one of the greatest peaks followed by an even greater second act? We will never know, but injuries can ruin a career in different ways. Sometimes they destroy a player's body. Sometimes they destroy confidence. Sometimes they steal the consistency needed to remain at the top. And sometimes they arrive at exactly the wrong moment, when a player is trying to prove that his greatest days are not over. Ronaldinho's career was never completely ruined. That would be impossible to say about a man who won the World Cup, Ballon d'Or, Champions League, Copa Libertadores and created some of the most memorable moments football has ever seen. But injuries may have stolen something from football. They may have stolen more years of Ronaldinho at his absolute best. And when you remember how incredible he was when everything worked perfectly, the question becomes even more painful. How much magic did we never get to?